między klien.
Recently, a well-produced mini-drama series depicting life in Xinjiang, titled To the Wonder, whose Chinese title is My Altay, has created a viewing frenzy across mainland China. The series lavishly showcases Xinjiang's magnificent landscapes, exotic customs, and a beautiful love story between a Han Chinese girl and a young Kazakh man. Within the first week of its premiere on video platforms, it attracted over 100 million online views, not including those watching via cable television. This drama not only quickly amassed a huge fan base, had a huge buzz on it, but also sparked a surge in tourism to Xinjiang. Moreover, the series has been shortlisted for the Best Long Drama Series at the 7th Cannes Series Festival, making it the first long-form Chinese language drama to enter this competition category, thereby extending its influence overseas. However, each episode of this refreshing and beautiful drama clearly states at the beginning that it's a project of the Network Audiovisual Excellence Communication Project by the China National Radio and Television Administration, or NRTA. One of the criteria for being selected for this project is to be able to skillfully present the bright side of China to the world. Therefore, it can also be seen as a typical propaganda project with an obvious educational purpose led by the Beijing authorities. After the drama was released, the NRTA personally stepped in, encouraging various video platforms to promote the drama vigorously, using algorithms stating that the positive energy the drama presents deserves more network traffic. At the same time, on social media platforms like X, which are inaccessible to all Chinese people, the official Xinjiang government account is using English to promote the drama to the international community, claiming that it represents the freedom, grandeur, and beauty of northern Xinjiang. Unlike traditional CCP brainwashing education, current propaganda products increasingly wear the modern aesthetic coat of culture, art, and fashion. Although it appears to be a sophisticated film or television work, its core theme still serves specific political goals. This does not mean the drama itself is not good. On the contrary, it's very attractive and well made. But precisely because it's good, its purpose of confusing or assimilating education is more easily achieved. So what is the political goal behind this drama? The Xinjiang Uyghur Autonomous Region, referred to as Xinjiang, covers 1/6 of China's total land area and borders Central Asia, South Asia, and the Tibetan Plateau. Historically, its population consisted of many Turkic-speaking ethnic groups. Currently, it's mainly composed of ethnic groups such as Uyghurs, Kazakhs, and Kyrgyz, who mostly practice Islam. In 2022, the Office of the United Nations High Commissioner for Human Rights, OHCHR, released the Assessment of Human Rights Concerns in the Xinjiang Uyghur Autonomous Region, People's Republic of China. This report, completed after 3 years of scientific and meticulous investigation based on a large amount of detailed and credible evidence, clearly pointed out that the Chinese government has severely violated the human rights of Uyghurs and Muslims in Xinjiang, under the guise of anti-terrorism and anti-extremism for many years. It also stated that these persecutions are based on severely problematic laws and policies, which are entirely state-led actions. The report concluded that the Chinese government's actions may constitute international crimes, particularly crimes against humanity. The international community has also conducted long-term tracking and reporting on the Xinjiang issue. For instance, in 2019, the International Consortium of Investigative Journalists, in collaboration with 17 media outlets including the BBC and The Guardian, disclosed documents revealing how the Chinese authorities set up a system of re-education camps in Xinjiang, detaining millions of Uyghur Muslims without due process and brainwashing them.
China used to deny that these places exist. But now we're being given a tour. The message? These are schools, not prisons.
The term re-education camps refers to a special institution in Xinjiang, which the Chinese government calls vocational education and training centers. In these camps, detained Uyghurs and other ethnic groups not only have to engage in heavy physical labor, but are also forced to violate their Islamic beliefs. They are compelled to sing CCP songs, eat pork, and drink alcohol. Refusing to do so results in punishments such as being deprived of food, sitting on tiger benches, and sleep deprivation. There are also reports of forced separations of children from their parents, with some women being forced to undergo sterilization or face detention in camps. Even more horrifying are instances of forced organ harvesting. Some scholars describe this as genocide or ethnic cleansing. Besides physical abuse and mental destruction, the eradication of ethnic languages and cultures is also a key focus of the re-education camps. Only when detainees' behaviors, beliefs, and languages are completely transformed might they be released. The disappearance of an ethnic group often begins with the disappearance of its culture. Using the widespread dissemination of modern popular culture to cover up or even rationalize the cultural genocide in Xinjiang is the political goal behind My Altay and other related national cultural projects. For years, when facing international condemnation of severe human rights violations in Xinjiang, the Chinese government has consistently denied the allegations. However, increasing evidence shows that such denials are weak and powerless. On the other hand, Beijing authorities are eager to change the overall impression of Xinjiang to the outside world. An excellent film or television work can subtly influence a wide audience. This is one of the Chinese government's increasingly sophisticated propaganda methods for both domestic and international audiences. In the past, Chinese official media's portrayal of ethnic minorities left an impression of poverty and backward culture. These people living in the Stone Age had new hope in life after accepting the leadership of the Communist Party. With changing times, Beijing's cultural propaganda methods are also keeping up with the times. For example, My Altay focuses on the unique geographical and human characteristics of Xinjiang, combining the magnificent grasslands and mountains, romanticized daily nomadic life, the disappearance of indigenous culture, and cross-ethnic romance in an organic and detailed manner. In the romantic lamentation of the local herders, people easily accept the underlying setting that the disappearance or sinicization of local culture and traditions is a natural process of the times. In the real world, the persecution faced by Xinjiang minorities and the attention to individuals behind the Iron Curtain are obscured by the glamour of the screen. This strategy has succeeded. My Altay precisely hits the hearts of young men and women living in artificial cities with extremely stressful lifestyles, making almost everyone who has watched the series sigh. Xinjiang is such a lovely place, and the people living there are so wonderful. Of course, there are also fleeting scenes in the drama, such as Kazakh men having to surrender their knives to board buses or trains, which reminds some viewers of the current reality in Xinjiang. However, these scenes do not appear in the versions broadcast on CCTV. Interestingly, this drama is adapted from a work by a Chinese female writer, Li Zhuan. Now that the series has achieved both word-of-mouth and content success, Li Zhuan could have taken this great opportunity to promote herself and expand her fame. But strangely, she stated through social media that she did not participate in the production of this drama and has not made any public comments about it. As the vice chairman of the Xinjiang Writers Association, she also did not respond to reporters' requests for comment. Most of Li Zhuan's childhood was spent in Altay. Besides the real natural scenery, what she saw was a real, unadorned, and perhaps a not-so-wonderful Xinjiang. She might not be able to agree with this nearly perfect Xinjiang on the screen and the political motives behind it, so she chose to remain silent. But those familiar with China know that in an environment of high-pressure public opinion, silence itself represents a form of opposition. The popularity of this drama has made the name Altay almost universally known in China. Altay, with a rich local flavor, originates from Turkic and Mongolian languages, both meaning gold, indicating that this area is rich in gold. Ironically, many similar traditional Xinjiang place names are being erased by Beijing authorities for political reasons. In June this year, Human Rights Watch and the Norwegian organization Uyghur Help released a report stating that since 2009, about 630 villages in Xinjiang have been renamed because their names contain Islamic or Uyghur culture in historical terms, replaced by high-frequency terms of CCP ideology. For example, the village of Akhmashit, meaning White Mosque, was renamed Unity Village in 2018. The name Dutar, a Uyghur musical instrument, was changed to Red Flag Village in 2022. Among the 47 villages with the word Mazar meaning holy place, only 6 left to retain their original names. Currently, Xinjiang has 79 happiness villages, 69 unity villages, and 55 harmony villages. Religious terms in village names are also taboo, such as Hoja, a Sufi religious leader, and Bashi, a shaman. Particularly, the term Khalifa, referring to the rulers of the Arab Empire, has completely disappeared from the names of Xinjiang villages. Uyghur human rights lawyer and Atlantic Council researcher Rahan Asset says the renaming of villages is aimed at uprooting Uyghur culture and people and creating an apartheid system. Asset also stated, "Village names represent historical records and community bonds, distinguishing different cultures and values. The state's forced erasure and renaming are intended to sever Uyghurs from their history, culture, and civilization." Tashkent Davlet, a commissioner for the UHRP, believes the Chinese government's genocide in Xinjiang is a combination of soft and hard measures. On one hand, it changes traditional names to CCP terms like Red Star and Red Flag, promoting patriotic and pro-party consciousness. On the other hand, it arrests cultural elites, historians, and intellectuals, depriving Uyghurs of the right to understand their cultural identity, forcing them to accept and identify with the government's political propaganda. From renaming villages to re-education camps, the state uses its power to erase the cultural identity and history of the Uyghurs. The destruction of an ethnic group starts with the destruction of its culture and the severing of its connection with its people. Borrowing a memorable line from the drama, in Kazakh culture, friendship or love between people arises from being seen. So in Kazakh, I like you means I clearly see you. We hope the world will pay attention to Xinjiang and clearly see it. Thank you for watching China Insights. See you in the next episode.